Hi, everybody. How's it going? I know it's kind of been a while for another new episode, and I've been super swamped with my work. I'm new, not new, but I'm kind of new to this new format, and I've got a lot of things to cover, and that's why it's hard for me to find the time to really sit down and do a video or do videos. But finally, I found time to do it. Yay! So welcome back to another episode of Coffee Corner. I remember some of you mentioned about PD meeting, and I thought that was a fun thing to probably talk about. And I happen to have a PD meeting on Monday, which is super fun. And I'm really excited to talk about PD meeting. So, what is a PD meeting? It is a professional development meetings for teachers who can, for teachers not who can, those meetings are organized by the schools and leads, and of course, management team to show teachers what they need to do, they need to follow, and what they need to take care of during the school years. There are, of course, a lot of things to cover to talk about, but I did notice difference between the work I'm doing right now and the work I did before. Those two organizations, they kind of cover some similarities there, and they both have LINK program, which is a language for newcomers or something. I forgot. I would definitely leave that. What does LINK stand for? So those are the things that kind of stopped me from expressing myself or expressing my concerns and ideas during the meeting. Uh, then I got to practice too. I think in the first couple meetings, I was totally silent. I was like, when they ask questions, oh, anyone has more questions for this? I was more like, I do have a lot of questions, but I'm not sure if I was supposed to ask, or I don't want people to judge my language. And there are a lot of people there. So I kind of felt awkward during the meeting, and I felt kind of a loser at that moment because I could not ask questions that I wanted to ask. And I felt like I had a lot to learn, and I was like, this is too overwhelming. Then it comes to the point that one of my colleagues showed me that if you have questions, and feel free to ask. If you are not brave enough to ask questions in front of so many people, you can send a text message or send not text message. You can send a message on Teams, and then there will be someone monitoring that message in the box, and then read questions for the host. But again, even though it was a message, I was still worried that I may use the wrong words, wrong structure, wrong grammar, and I may sound very stupid. So I think about then after that, I was actually really practicing about my meeting skills is to prepare myself. Of course, I got the memo first, and I will study on that, and I will come up with some questions I'm really curious about, or some concerns I really have. Then start from there, and I will ask myself, what questions should I ask? What kind of structure should I use? Or am my grammar is my grammar right? And then I even sometimes Google it and figure out a cool words to express myself. But of course, it takes time to practice. And one way I learned from a YouTube
Love
video, that's
collaborating
Harvard
with my
Business
colleagues,
Review. I
but
really
sometimes
like this person.
meeting and the
She's
dynamic
very
of
well
speaking
spoken,
up
and
can
she
be really
explained the way
awkward.
about how to actually, express yourself during a meeting is
I don't know
to
when I'm
follow fact, story, and ask. So when you talk about things or when you want to bring up something, so you want to give the fact instead of your feelings. Oh, I feel this is very difficult. That is definitely wrong way to start a conversation because nobody cares about your feeling during a meeting, especially when the meeting is super long, right? So everyone wants to finish that as soon as possible. Then you can start with the fact that using Google Sheet as a tracking log can be difficult. This is the fact, right? And then you're going to give some examples of why this is difficult and how you feel about using tracking sheet. It can be, we can encounter some internet issues. Then that means we won't be able to use the tracking sheet when there's no internet. So, or something like the functions or features are just not comprehensive enough or not as comprehensive as Excel sheet. So something like that, and that's example. And you also tell them about your own stories, which kind of come naturally along with your fact. Then you can ask your questions how we can improve it, or is there any other solutions I can. Other solutions or approaches I can actually use. So after that, you will feel that you are more logic and you are more confident and prepared to ask questions during a meeting or present yourself during a meeting because you are very organized and logic. Another thing is to try to keep your story and keep your words short. If you can use one or two sentences to explain everything clearly, try not to bring up a huge essay there because really nobody has patience for that. So make sure everything is concise and a little bit precise, right? So try to think this way. When you do reading, you summarize, and when you listen, you summarize because when people talk about something and you want to kind of convey the idea or the message to another person, you're not going to repeat every single word from whatever that whoever said that, right? So same thing is try to summarize your ideas too. If you have a huge program and giant ideas or problems or concerns, try to summarize them and put them in a very simple and user-friendly way, and then you will be fine. Again, come back to the language. I know most of the time when you are afraid to speak up during a meeting is you are lack of confidence in your language ability, and especially as as a second language speaker, and sometimes you may really have concerns about your word choice and your structure, right? So while I had a similar issues too, that's why you really need to practice because practice makes perfect. And also you need to have a realistic goal. You can't just expect that if you practice for 10 to 15 minutes and you're going to really master this speaking skills during a meeting. That's not realistic. And when you realize you can't really do it, you're going to be very less motivated to do it again. So set a realistic goal and step by step and start from there and maybe start from practicing how to speak with a good pronunciation, how to speak with a simple language, how to speak with a simple structure. So start from there and eventually you will get there. Well, practice makes perfect. And also, um, knowing yourself is the important is the first step to start this thing. Hey, I'm back. Yes. So knowing yourself is the first thing you should do to set a goal and then start from there and start to practice. And one more time, if you are not sure about the language or how to ask questions or how to word yourself, do some work. Don't just assume this is the way you're going to use, right? Do some research and find out what is some authentic way to actually express yourself, and definitely watch a lot of videos about how to speak up in meetings, or watch a lot of videos about how to express yourself, and that will definitely help you. I think that's it. I've been having technical issues while recording, so hopefully this will turn out good. And yeah, that's it. And I've been working on my reading list, so hopefully this week or next week I can come up with a video about reading list, and I'm very excited about it. So that's it, and hope you like it. And don't forget to leave a comment or give a thumbs up or do both. And stay tuned. See you guys. Bye.